What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is Love and Marriage Huntsville, season 3 for reunion part 3. So, we start this episode off. I guess we were finishing up. Oh, got my notes. Here we are. Sorry, we were finishing up the whole Tiffany situation. Lewis and Marcel was still going back and forth about being married and being able to give advice about marriage, whatever. So they go to commercial and the guys go backstage, so it's just the ladies, okay? It's just the ladies. And we start off with Destiny and Tiffany, and it's a reunion, so they have to sort of regurgitate what happened before Tiffany and Destiny had a chance to sit down and clear the air. And then Melody jumps in and she's like, I really hate that we're here. Like, I don't understand why we have to keep going through this. I don't understand, because both of them, I'm so sorry, both of them are really friends of mine, and I hate the fact that they're in this space. So then Carlos was like, well, since we're on the subject, Melody, what about you and Destiny? And Destiny was like, well, I don't know where me and Mel stand, because I haven't heard from Mel since we wrapped filming. Here's where, and I know y'all Mel stands are going to get in my comments and y'all going to have something to say, but here's where Melody gets on my nerves. Because as much as I hate to agree with Latisha, Melody made the comment. She said, well, that's what I do at the end of filming. The show takes so much energy out of me that I just sort of decompress. I get away from all of it, and then, I put my focus in other places. Namely, I think she was trying to say her kids, but I don't think she quite got a chance to say her kids, which is absolutely acceptable and understandable, and I get it. Especially this year with filming, because I swear it seemed like all her and Martell did was argue. And she said that after the Vegas trip, that Vegas trip took her peace away. That she had gotten into a place where she had peace, and that the Vegas trip took her peace away. I get all of that. But Latisha sort of jumped in and put her 2 cents, and she said that she felt like that was disingenuous. She basically was saying that was bull hockey. That what Mel was saying was just bull, And Mel was like, what you mean by that? Here's where I think Latisha meant, and I understood what Latisha meant. Destiny said that her and Mel used to talk almost every day. By Mel's admission, Destiny was her girl. Her and Destiny talked every day. Or all the time, I should say. For you to go cold turkey, and like Destiny said, to gradually grow out of it, that's one thing. But to go cold turkey, to go from talking to you almost every day to not talking to you at all, that's ridiculous. And that's the problem. And so I do think that Mel made a conscious decision to disengage from Destiny. Just like I think Mel made a conscious decision to disengage from Latisha when she disengaged from Latisha. I don't think it was, well, I just need time to decompress and I just need time to do this and do that. I think it was a conscious effort to decompress and move away. Then Latisha was in it. And here's where I got frustrated with Latisha. I understand at a reunion, you have to regurgitate what happened in that season. I got that. So when Tiffany and Destiny had to go through the whole situation about what happened at the birthday brunch, and I think Destiny said it perfectly when she told it to Tiffany. She said, listen, you didn't think you were being messy by bringing up the fact that you mistook me for another woman that you saw with my husband, and you didn't think that was messy, and you didn't find any reason that you felt like that was a problem for me. I understood that because that happened in this season. But here's where Latisha frustrated me in this moment. Well, she frustrated me the whole damn episode. But this is where it started. You're taking that situation between Melody and Destiny, which is their own situation that they're dealing with, and you took that and made it about you. And you went back to shit from last season that I thought we had resolved, because you and Melody, by your own admission, were in a better space this year, and y'all were working on rebuilding y'all's friendship. That, to me, was frustrating. Because what I don't want to do is continue to regurgitate what happened last season or the season before that. And I understand that it's hurtful because, Latisha felt like Melody and Martell were saying things that were hurtful and that were attacking her marriage. Which they were. They did. They did it and they were. But if you are going to agree... See, here's what I don't like. Don't agree to be friends with me and to be cool with me and then keep throwing it in my face. Because if we're cool and we're friends, then that means you've accepted it and you move forward. So the fact that you keep bringing it up tells me that you haven't accepted it and tells me that you haven't moved forward. Latisha did that the whole episode. She kept making it about her. She kept going back to things that happened to her. When they get to Kimmy, it's about her. Last week with Tiffany, it was about her. It's always about her. And so Melody was like, girl, what are you talking about? She said, now here's where Melody got on my nerves because Melody was playing word games. Melody said, well, nothing I said was against you, Tisha. I didn't say anything against you. Tisha was like, but you were talking about my marriage. Yes, but I never said anything about you. Girl, you talking about my marriage, you talking about me. I mean, come on. Like, Mel, don't play that game. That's a semantics game. If you're talking about my marriage, you're talking about me. And from Latisha's point of view, you tried to ruin her marriage. You could have. You absolutely could have ruined her marriage. You could have. From their child, Latisha said that she doesn't think Melody knows how to be a real friend. And Latisha said, well, Melody, it's like you're there when we need you, but when you need us, but when you get yourself together and you don't need us anymore, then you're gone. And Melody was like, hold up, player, don't do that. Don't make it seem like I'm a user. Don't make it seem like I only want to be your friend when I need something from you, because that's not it at all. She was like, when I was going through my marital problems, absolutely, I pulled back from everybody because I didn't have the capacity. When I was doing, she said, but it was never about, well, when I'm okay now, when I don't need you anymore, then I go away. And when I need you, then no. She said that's not what it was. But when I was going through what I was going through with my marriage, then absolutely yes, I stepped away. I stepped away from everything and everybody. And again, I think that's valid. Like, it's not about you, Latisha. This woman is fighting for her sanity. Because, again, it wasn't just a marriage going bad. It wasn't just a marriage going bad because of an affair. It wasn't just a marriage going bad because of an affair that produced a child. It's because all of it played out on TV. And that adds an extra layer of what embarrassment, hurt, anger, frustration, all of the above. And you have 4 kids of your own that you have to maneuver through this landmine. And as much as I give Melody a hard time about certain things, I will never underestimate how hard that has to be for her. Never. So when they went to commercial, that's when Melody was like, I never said anything about you. I did speak on your marriage. And Melody said, listen, let me say this. Melody ain't came up off that. Melody is convinced that what she said about Latisha and Marcel's marriage is the truth. Because she said it even in that moment. She said, I never talked about you. I spoke on facts. So look, Marcel, I don't know what you're doing with that mistress. I don't know how much you paying her. I don't know if you laying it down good and thick. I don't know if you paying bills. I don't know what you doing that this woman ain't saying nothing. But whoever, whatever, however, and whenever this situation is with this woman that you dealing with, allegedly, baby, you need to write a book. Because this woman ain't saying nothing. She ain't saying nothing. Because Melody is standing by her word. Now listen, Melody done came up off of some other stuff, but Melody ain't never come up off that. She is convinced that she is telling the truth about the situation between you and your 15 girlfriends. Now look, I don't know if it's true or not, but baby, that is the best kept secret in Huntsville. Because Martell almost got away with it till he called that girl a peasant. He was good till he called that girl a peasant. But anyway, that's old news, child. We know all about her. She's been all over the internets and the blogospheres and the vlogospheres, honey. Coleslaw is known, okay? She gonna let it be known who she is. No mistakes about that anymore. So they go to commercial. And they go to commercial. When they come back, now it's Latisha and Kimmy's turn. Listen, Kimmy is exhausted, and I am too. Kimmy is exhausted with figuring out what the hell Latisha wants from her. And I'm exhausted trying to figure it out too. Latisha, you feel like Kimmy didn't have your back. Listen, this all boils down to Kimmy embarrassed your ass down to the reunion last year, because when you were trying to sit there and say that you wasn't talking about Mel, Kimmy was like, girl, yes, we did. We talked about you, child. We did. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you wanted Kimmy to lie in that moment and have your back, because in your mind, that's what a friend is, and that's what friendship does. And y'all were sisters, and how dare she take Melody's side over mine? She was supposed to say, girl, we wasn't talking about you. No, girl, we didn't say nothing about you. And that's what Kimmy said. Kimmy was like, so because I didn't lie for you, now you mad at me. No, I don't want you to lie for me. I tell the truth. No, you don't. Because you wanted Kimmy to sit there and say that y'all don't talk. And Kimmy was like, girl, first of all, it's on camera. She was like, I have defended you, and I have cake for you, and I have checked Melody when she was saying stuff about you, just like I have checked you when you were saying stuff about Melody. But here's the problem. You think that she's supposed to have more loyalty to you than she has to Melody, because y'all are sisters and her and Melody are not. That's what you want. And just admit that's what it is. And when Kimmy said that you were spoiled, you got indignant about the fact that Kimmy said you were spoiled. Carlos said, well, Kimmy, Latisha, are you spoiled? Yeah, I'm spoiled. Then what you mad for? If you know you spoiled and the woman called you spoiled, you mad about that? But again, it's not about that. It's about, well, how dare she say it publicly? How dare she say something against me? And I agree with Kimmy when she said, I don't have the capacity to be the kind of friend she needs or wants. That's it. That's all, point blank, in the period. Because sometimes our expectations of what friends, oh my God, I just had this conversation earlier today. Lord have mercy. A friend of mine called me earlier today. Long story short, she was falling out with a friend. She was asking me what my opinion was, my 2 cents about it. And I gave her my opinion and my 2 cents. And at the end of the day, sometimes, even under the best of intentions, sometimes we can't be the friend you need, because your definition of friendship and my definition of friendship just might not be the same. And that doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make you a bad person. And I feel like that's what Kimmy is saying in that moment. Kimmy's not trying to be funny. She's not trying to be catty. She's not trying to be, passive aggressive. I don't believe any of that. I believe that Kimmy is absolutely saying, I am exhausted with trying to be what you need me to be, and I don't have the capacity to continue to try. Now, I noticed that they did not have the Jalen conversation, because Jalen came out at the end, and, they made a couple of jokes or whatever. He brought the bottles out, and all of that. But I noticed they didn't go there, which I think I can appreciate, because I do feel like that's very, very tricky. And I'm glad they did not bring up the whole Jalen general manager support, not support. And maybe they did talk about it and they decided to edit that part out. I don't know. But I can appreciate the fact that, because I feel like that might have gotten real tricky, because, Kimmy is a mama bear and you're not going to come for hers. And I think that might have gotten real nasty. So I think that was probably best. Even if they did get into it, I think it might be best that they left that one open. Okay. Carlos asked a question. I thought this was interesting. This is what did it for Latisha. Carlos asked Kimmy, if y'all were not sister-in-laws, would y'all be friends? Kimmy said no. And of course, I think that was it for Latisha. She said, well, fine, then we don't have to be friends. We can just be family. That's fine. We don't have to be friends. That's fine. And Kimmy was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Because I didn't say we weren't friends now. He asked me if we had not met under the pretense, not pretense, but under the circumstances of us being family. would we have been friends? And we wouldn't have. That doesn't mean we're not friends now. That doesn't mean that I don't love you now as a friend. But of course, Latisha went left with it. Then Latisha gave all the things that she did for Kimmy and how she embraced Kimmy from the beginning. And the minute Maurice proposed, she was, and Kimmy was like, "Girl, yes, I never said you did not plan my parties. I mean, I didn't say you didn't do all those things for me. Again, that has nothing to do with what we got going on right here in the conversation right now." Child, then they brought the mamas out there. And look, again, Miss Wanda is going to be Miss Wanda, okay? She not going to back down. She not going to acquiesce. And even Latisha said, I have tried to talk to my mother. I have told my mother she can't say this, she can't say that. She can't do this, she can't do that. And she going to do what she want to do anyway. They brought up the whole sex tape situation again with Melody Mama and Maurice and Marcel's brother. And here go Martell instigating. Martell, you ain't had no dog in that fight. You ain't had no reason to get into that because they were trying to. She was saying that her and Maurice's brother, they were not in a relationship. Here go Marcel. But you was driving 4 or 5 hours to see him. That's not a relationship. We were friends, but we weren't in a relationship. Marcel said, "Listen, I don't know nothing about no sex tape. I ain't never seen no sex tape. I mean, I heard about a sex tape, but I ain't never seen no sex tape. But they were definitely in a relationship." And when he said that, baby, Melody's mama, the look she gave Marcel could kill, but she ain't argue with him. And like Carlos said, you a grown-ass woman. You single, he's single, y'all grown. That's y'all business. So if y'all was in a relationship, y'all was in a relationship. But now the sex tape is another conversation. And I'm like Melody. Melody said, listen, at this point, if there's a sex tape, just produce it. Because I'm sick of hearing about it. I feel the same way. Not that I want to see it. I'm just saying stop talking about stuff that don't exist. Either there's a tape or there isn't. Now, I don't personally want to see no parts of it. Let's be clear. But I think she's just like, if there is one, girl, let's stop talking about it, okay? Then, of course, Kimmy and Wanda got into it. And Wanda tried to throw shade at Kimmy, talking about something. Well, I don't have no problem with Kimmy talking to me crazy because we almost the same age. Kimmy was like, for real, that's what we doing? Me and you the same age? Okay. Kimmy said, listen, you ain't got but so many times to talk crazy to me. And Miss Wanda hit her, she hit her quota. So, no, I'm not going to keep letting her talk crazy to me. And here go Latisha. But you should still respect her as your elder. Kimmy was like, I'm going to respect her, but she's going to respect me too. Because again, I don't have the capacity for this. I'm over it and I'm done. I no longer have the capacity for this. I cannot. And I feel it. I hear her. I feel it. I feel the frustration. Miss Wanda is a lot. And it's only funny to a certain extent. And it's only funny when you're not on the receiving end of the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not funny when you are dealing with it. It's only funny when you're not on the receiving end of it. And then, like I said, they brought Jalen out. We found out that there is another season, which I already knew because people been posting. Martell posted something on his Instagram talking about taking a break in between filming, filming Love and Marriage Huntsville or whatever. So I said, oh, they already filming for their next season. So whenever season 4 premieres, we're going to get some Christmas stuff because it's Christmas time and they filming, okay? But they didn't give us a date or anything. I'm sure it's gonna be like spring, probably late winter, early spring. If they're filming now, it's gonna probably be late winter, early spring. But anyway, that was pretty much it, y'all. Like I said, Jalen came out, bought the bottles, and they flirted. They made jokes about Jalen and Destiny again, honey, flirty. But that was pretty much it. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.